we'll start the class. But I'm sorry I can't open my camera because it's raining over here, so the connection is a little bit low.
Okay, no
So,
problem.
based on your request from our last class,
Mm,
you want this class to be like a translate class. Like we
yes.
make any sentence in English. But after I think of that, I think it will be more challenging and also more effective if we
Mm,
use English story and then we translate to Indonesia,
mm,
not the vice versa. Jadi lebih lebih efektif kayaknya untuk dari kita coba baca bacaan bahasa Inggris, nanti baru kita coba
translate.
translate ke Indonesia gitu daripada sebaliknya. Soalnya kalau misalnya dari Indonesia ke Inggris, kita kan bukan native, jadi kita juga nggak tahu apakah ini sebenarnya benar ekspresinya seperti ini. Tapi kalau misalnya dari Inggris ke Indonesia, kita akhirnya tahu, oh orang sana kalau misalnya mau ngomong misalnya um, permisi, itu lebih ke arah yang nggak cuman excuse me aja. Jadi misalnya mereka please gitu juga bisa. Jadi kayak kita akan
Mm,
cari sesuatu yang lebih natural gitu, yang nggak based on the textbook. Okay, so
mm,
now I will I will share my screen. Wait, okay. I will share my screen. This is the website from the British Council. It actually has many great materials if you want to learn anything about English. They have like a video, audio, article here, and I found this story zone, which is the short story cerpen in English,
mm,
and they made it into two level.
mm,
The A1 until B1 stories for the intermediate and pre-intermediate learner, and also this is for the advanced one.
mm.
Okay, so I will choose this
Yes.
level for the intermediate learner because I think it suit your
Mm,
skill. And then we will choose this story. They have like a many interesting story, and also we have like some brief here. They have many kind of story, and then you can choose. Maybe we can start from here. You can read. Is this the story that you
mm,
like? I think it's like a science fiction story, right?
mm, mm,
Okay, we will see all of the story first, and then I think this is like a mystery or detective story. Okay, it's that detective story,
mm,
and then this is about. I think it's a bit science fiction, but it's more like a romance.
mm,
So I think it will be fun, but I don't know. Let's check another one first.
mm,
This is about mystery, I think,
mm.
right?
Yes.
Okay, and then the Green Wars. Um, it's about dystopian.
What is this
Yeah, you know dystopian? Do you know like
no.
Hunger Game or Maze Runner?
Mm,
Dystopia is like a genre. It's like a young adult genre, like Hunger Game. We have Divergent,
mm,
Maze Runner. It's like a world. Uh, it's like not our normal world like now. We are living in peace
mm,
now, and we have our own country. But in dystopia country, it's like a um 360 from where we live now. Maybe it's like a apocalypse.
Dystopian.
Apocalypse itu kehancuran, like doomsday, it's like a dystopian. Jadi kayak sesuatu yang tidak, ini kebalikan dari utopia. Utopia means perfect, like really ideal world to live in, but dystopia is the antonym of it.
Mm,
So it's like a bad word to live in, something like that. It's a genre. So I think it's kind
mm,
of bit dystopia since it's about the environment, etc. Yeah, and then it's fantasy. It's fantasy.
mm.
It's also fantasy, but about time travel.
Mm.
Okay. It's also fantasy, but it's about like a beauty privilege things, the topic that we found easily nowadays since we live in the social media virtual world, but they mix it with the fantasy genre. Okay, so which one do you feel the most interesting story?
Mm, romance?
Romance? Okay. Okay, so we will do with this. Love me not.
Not.
Two people fall in love, but is their experience real or is it just an effect of the medicine they're taking? What the meaning of it?
Apa Miss? The meaningnya, artinya ya.
Yeah. Mm-mm.
Two people fall in love. Dua orang sedang jatuh cinta, but is the, apakah itu experience yang sesungguhnya atau itu hanya efek atau itu hanya efek dari medicine they're taking, obat-obatan yang dia ambil,
Oke,
obat-obatan
yang
yang
dia
dia
minum.
pakai.
Ya, yang dia pakai, yang dia
Hmm.
minum. Okay, so we will choose this story.
Hmm.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So we will read this text. I think we will
Okay.
read like paragraph by paragraph. So start from here until I think it's here. Okay, you can read it.
Okay. Kate looked around the room at the other people, 10 men and 10 women, all around the same age. Thank you for coming today and offering your time to help with our research. Limeran, the medicine we're testing, is in the final stage of testing. Previous human trials have shown us that Limeran is completely safe. Kate stopped paying attention. She read the information the medical research company had sent her, so she knew that Limeran had already been approved for sale, and that they were not testing to see if there were side effects. She didn't know any of the other people in the group. She guessed that none of them had jobs either, or they wouldn't be earning money by testing medicine. But otherwise, it was impossible to know if she had anything in common with any of them. So hope so. Our 4 days in the research center would feel like a very long time. As side effects, we know that some people experience stronger emotion and feeling of general happiness. The head researcher said, "We'll be interviewing each of you and doing tests during the day and night. So if you can all sign the form, we can start."
Okay. By testing medicine.
Medicine.
Yeah, medicine, yeah. Medicine and then
Medicine.
otherwise. Otherwise. But otherwise, she hopes.
Otherwise,
Yeah, she hopes so. Hope.
we
Hope.
hope so.
Yeah, she hopes
Hope,
so.
hope
Okay.
so.
Okay. Until here, do you find any like confusing sentence, confusing paragraph from this story? Or you still can follow the story?
Limaran itu nama produknya.
Iya, Limeran itu nama produknya, nama medicine-nya.
Benar. Can't stop paying attention, right? Then soalnya sih tahu sih Miss.
Oke, masih ya. Next, here until here.
Cat sent her form without reading the information. Hopefully, this was going to be a very easy way to make money. I hope the food's better than last time, said the guy sitting next to her as he gave in his form. Cat smiled. I'm Michael. Cat, she said. Have you been here before? I do these trials as often as they'll let me, he laughed. It's such an easy way to make money. She smiled back. Here was someone he had Here was someone she had something in common with.
Okay, great. So, without, without,
Without,
yeah,
without,
without.
without.
Kate signed,
Signed,
sign ya, menandatangani, sign.
signed,
Bahasa Inggrisnya tanda tangan,
signed, signed.
ya bisa sign, bisa juga panjangnya yang signature, signature.
Signature.
Ya, signature tanda tangan ya, tapi sign juga cukup bisa. Oke, and then I hope, bukan hub, tapi hope. Oh, hope.
I hope.
Ya, I hope.
I hope.
I hope. Ini Kate smiled, bukan smelled. Smiled.
Mouth. Mild.
Smile.
It smiled.
Smile ya, bukan smell, smiled.
Smiled.
Smiled. Karena kalau smelled, ini
Smiled.
nanti jadinya gini. Cat smelled. Kate smelled. Smelled tuh mencium. Membau. Ini smelled, ini smile.
Smiled.
Ada hanya smiled.
Smiled.
And then as often as they will let me. They let me juga bisa. They let me.
Yeah, itu
Oke. Oke, from here.
Kalau Michelle itu bacanya gimana, Mas? Michael,
Oh,
Michael ya,
Michael. Ya, Michael. Ini
Michael.
Kate, ini Michael.
Kate Michael.
Jadi ini kayaknya adalah dua tokoh utamanya. Okay, the main character of the story is Kate and Michael. Okay, both of them are the subject of the test, right? Subject of the test. Okay,
Yeah.
it's getting interesting. Ada yang masih bingung?
Yang
Gimana?
here was someone, yang kalimat terakhir itu, Miss,
Oh,
in
ini ya.
common with, iya, common with artinya apa? Here was someone,
Okay.
she had something.
Here was someone she had something in common with. She had something in common with itu artinya dia memiliki kesamaan. Common kan sama atau biasa.
Biasa,
Sama
iya.
bisa diartikan sama. She had something in common with yang dia adalah si cowok ini adalah orang yang memiliki kesamaan dengan Kate gitu. Had something in common with, maksudnya with nih with Kate gitu. She had something in common with. In common itu sama. Karena mereka sama-sama mencari uang dengan gampang. Alright. I do these trials as often as they let me. Aku akan melakukan percobaan ini sesering yang mereka memperbolehkan. As often as they let me. Itu artinya sesering yang mereka perbolehkan.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, next. Here. Wait. Until here. Okay.
Okay. A few hours later, Kate was eating dinner. She had taken her second Limeran tablet before dinner. She was feeling really relaxed. Maybe it was the vitamins, or maybe it was just because she had so much free time and there was nothing she needed to do. There were books to read, films to watch, and even board games and puzzles. At home, she had to send out job applications, or she had to go to stressful job interviews. After more than 20 applications, she still didn't have a job. She looked up and saw Michael smiling at her. Michael smiling at her. Do you want to play a board game? He asked. His eyes were really dark brown. Cat thought she hadn't noticed that earlier. She felt her cheeks go red. Sure, she replied, but I like to win. She warned. Perfect, he said. Me too. Was it her imagination, or did his cheeks look a bit pink too?
Okay, great. So, ini feeling really relaxed, bukan relax. Relax itu bahasa Indonesia relax,
Hmm.
relaxed.
Relax.
Ya, she
Relax.
was feeling relaxed. Pakai E bukan pakai I, relax, relaxed.
Relax.
Ya,
Relax.
relax,
Relax. Real.
relax. Jadi ini
Relax.
A-nya jelas relax.
Relax.
AE gitu, relax.
Relax.
Okay, she was feeling really relaxed. And then
Relax.
ini were ya, bukan where tapi were. Pakai
Were.
kayak eh,
Were. Were.
ke.
This is
Nah,
were.
were. Ya, were
Were.
bukan where.
Were.
Okay,
Were.
his eyes were really. Kalau where
Oh,
itu yang ini ya.
relax. Gimana?
Ini where.
Were.
Ini where. Ini were.
Were.
Where were.
Were. Were.
Okay. Okay. From this passage, do you still have any vocabulary that you still confused of?
Hmm. He warned not itu apa itu Miss?
Oh,
Atau
warn.
itu warned.
She warned. Warn itu memperingatkan.
Oh, warning, warned.
She warned. Nah, ini kan pakai verb to karena ini cerita. Jadi cerita itu biasanya defaultnya emang pakai um, apa past tense.
Pas.
Apalagi ini kan bukan dialog yang langsung ya. Bukan dialog yang kayak gini maksudnya
Mm-mm.
yang langsung gitu.
Mm-mm.
Ini kan dia kayak menceritakan
Maka ada.
ulang gitu.
Iya.
Makanya dia pakainya yang past tense nih kayak was di sini. Ini juga pakai perfect karena dia kan emang atmosfernya adalah pas. Jadi menceritakan ulang. Okay. Okay. We will move to the next passage. Okay. Start from here until these dots over here.
For the next 2 days, Kat and Michael spent hours and hours playing games, chatting, and watching films. I feel as if I've known you for months, not days, she said. She already knew he lived nearby, that he was a student studying for his PhD, and that he had dimples in his cheeks when he smiled and a cute way of putting a pen behind his ear when he was reading. She wasn't sure, but the thought he was trying to sit next to her for meals and spend time with her whenever he could. Or maybe she was the one who was always looking for him. So, do you think feeling you're feeling any sad effects? He asked her one evening. They were sitting on the sofa watching a film. Michael's knee was almost touching her leg, and if his hand moved just a little, it would be touching hers. Her heart beat faster, and all she could think about was being near enough for his skin to touch hers. Her face was red again, she knew it. Anyway, she asked, trying to concentrate on their conversation instead. The side effects of limerence that they told us about at the presentation, he said, moving his hand away. Her skin immediately felt cold, as if his hand had been making the air between them warm. Oh, I wasn't really listening, she said. We still get paid anyway, don't we? And then he did it. He moved his hand so that it covered hers. A nice feeling traveled all the way through her finger and across her skin. She turned her hand over and held his hand. He smiled and moved his face towards hers. Can everyone come and get their next limerence, please? Called a nurse. Michael dropped her hand and followed the rest of the group out to the nurse room. Kat couldn't remember ever feeling so happy. No.
Okay. Okay. I will correct the pronunciation first.
Hmm.
So, kalau misalnya kita lagi baca sesuatu, itu berarti harus diperhatikan kayak intonasi, gimana kita
Ah.
pemenggalan kalimatnya. Nah, di sini ini agak rancu tadi.
Hmm.
I feel as if I feel as if I've known you for months, not days. Nah, kan dia ini artinya tuh kayaknya aku ngerasa udah kenal kamu lama, for month. For month itu berarti berbulan-bulan, not days, bukan cuma sehari. Tadi ini komanya diterabas, jadi kayak aneh.
Oh.
You for month, not days. For month, koma, not days.
Hmm.
Itu ya, jadi komanya perhatikan biar kita pas ngertiin juga, oh maksudnya kayak gini. Karena kalau
Hmm.
kita baca nggak ada koma titiknya juga kadang bingung kan. And then she
Hmm.
already knew he lived nearby. Nearby.
Oh,
Bukan
nearby.
nearby tapi
Nearby.
nearby. Karena ini kan dari
Nearby.
near sama by digabungin nearby. Artinya dekat. He lived nearby itu berarti dia tinggal dekat sini.
Dekat. Hmm.
He had dimples in his cheeks when he
Dimples
smiled
itu artinya
and
apa, Miss?
dimples itu apa namanya lesung pipit,
Oh,
lesung pipi. Ya,
hmm.
dimples in his cheeks
Oh,
and when he smiled and
like
a
a
cute,
cute
yeah, a cute way of putting a pen behind his ear,
ear.
ear, when he
His
was reading,
ear.
ear.
Also,
Okay, and then she wasn't sure, but she thought,
thought,
thought. Oke,
thought,
ini
thought,
ada beberapa yang
thought.
tricky. Jadi kalau di Inggris, di bahasa Inggris, GH itu jarang dibaca. Dia biasanya hilang, silence namanya.
She thought.
Silence sound. Jadi GH-nya nggak usah kita perhatiin, berarti kan tinggal THOUT kan.
Ah,
Nah, kalau
she thought.
ada TH gini, itu dia bacanya adalah kayak kita baca sa di
The
hijaiyah, sa. Jadi kalau misalnya diperhatikan, coba kita dengar orang ngomong
thought.
ini bukan thank you, tapi thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Kayak ada
Thank you.
sa-nya. Jadi bukan thank
Thank you.
you, tapi thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank
Sama
you.
kayak ini.
Thank you.
Ini gimana cara bacanya? Kalau pohon,
Three.
kalau pohon kan
Three.
tree, jelas ya, tree.
Three.
Kalau
Three.
ini three, three.
Three. Three.
Kayak pakai sa, three.
Three. Three.
Jadi three,
Three.
kalau misalnya bilang tiga pohon, three,
Three.
three, three, tree, three, tree.
Three.
There are three
There
trees.
are three.
Oke,
Three.
ini pokoknya kalau ada th itu bacanya kayak sa, bukan t jelas.
Oh,
Thank you,
oh,
three.
thank you. Thank you. Thank. Thank you. Thank you. Look, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank
Ya,
you.
coba lagi.
Thank you. Thank you.
Ya, thank you,
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oke, thank you, thank you,
Thank you.
thank
Thank
you.
you.
Oke. Nah, kalau GH-nya ini
Thought.
kasusnya
Thought.
contohnya ini.
Oh,
Ini bacanya apa?
light. Light.
Nah, bacanya light ya, bukan like,
Hmm.
bukan like, nggak sama kayak nggak dibaca. Ini juga bacanya
Eight.
eight ya, GH-nya juga nggak dibaca. Jadi yang ini bacanya adalah thought, thought,
Thought.
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 Nggak ada
Thought.
A-nya, thought.
Thought.
Ya, kan ini OU ya, thought.
Uh, Thought.
I thought,
Thought.
she thought,
She thought.
thought.
They thought. Thought.
Oke, ya, thought
Thought.
gitu ya. Kayak itu verb tuh jadi langsung nggak ada tambahan apa-apa, langsung verb tuh.
Thought.
Kan itu think, thought. Terus
Thought.
verb 3-nya juga thought. Think, thought, thought.
Think. Thought. Thought.
Oke.
Think. Thought. Thought.
She wasn't sure, but she thought he was trying to sit next to her. Artinya apa?
Dia tidak yakin, tapi dia
Hmm,
berpikir dia mencoba untuk duduk di sebelahnya.
Oke, ya. And ini nih could,
Could.
could,
Could.
ya. L-nya nggak dibaca, could.
Could.
Ya, could.
Could.
Sama kayak temennya, ini
Could.
would.
Would.
L-nya nggak dibaca, would.
Would.
Would. L-nya yang di sini silent. Nggak dibaca. Okay. And then, as if his hand had been making the air between them warm. Them. Warm.
Them. Them warm.
Hmm.
Them
Them
warm.
warm. Okay, warm. And then kalau misalnya ada hello, wait.
Okay, Miss.
Oke, great. Nah, kita lanjut tadi sampai sini. Ini kepunyaan ya berarti. Kepunyaan, ada apostrofi, terus ada S. Cara bacanya gimana?
Nurse. Nurse.
Ya, the nurse's room.
Nurse's room.
Ya, tetap dibaca ya S-nya the nurse's room. Kecuali misalnya dia contohnya
Nurse's
ada
room.
yang
Nurse's
apa ya?
room.
Hmm, misalnya, ini dreams meaning. Karena ini
Dreams.
udah ada S-nya, karena ini ada S-nya, jadi tidak perlu ada apostrof terus S lagi di belakang. Kalau kayak gini dibacanya biasa dreams meaning. Kalau ini ada ketambahan S belakang harus to the nurse's room, nurse's room.
Nurse's room.
Karena kalau misalnya kita
Yes.
ngomong ke orang nanti
Nurse's.
nggak ada susah diartinya. Kalau misalnya nggak kita baca dengan jelas nurse's room, ya. Oke, Oke. Any vocabularies or sentence that's still confusing?
Promise.
Okay, we will move. Okay, let's read this passage.
Thank you everyone for taking part. You are now free to go. The head researcher said the next morning as the trial ended. Any side effects will disappear over the next few days. If you have felt any strong feelings and happiness, those feelings will decrease. Fortunately, we don't expect anyone to become depressed. However, we will keep in touch with all of you in the next few days to make sure everything is fine. We can have our first date now, Michael said to Kate. Breakfast? Over breakfast, they talked and talked. Kate knew she was in love. It was stupid, but it was true. Michael said it first. I can't believe I met you. I've never felt like this about anyone before. This does feel amazing, Kate said. But she had been worried about something since the beginning of the trial. She hadn't wanted to think about it, but now she had to ask him a serious question. You don't think? What? What if it's the limerence making us feel like this? What was it she said about strong feelings? There's only one way to find out, he said. If you don't want to be my girlfriend anymore after a few days, we'll know it was just the limerence. She smiled at the word girlfriend. Maybe you, maybe your side effects will go away first. Maybe he laughed. But I don't think so. This feels real to me. Me too, she sighed.
Okay. Okay, start from here is disappear.
Di disappear.
Yeah,
Disappear.
any side effect will disappear over the next few days.
Hmm.
And then those feelings will decrease.
Hmm. Disappear artinya apa, Miss?
Disappear itu
Disappear.
menghilang.
Hmm.
Gone. Will be gone. Jadi any side effect will be gone over the next few days sama artinya. Will be gone. Hilang. Disappear. And then those feeling will decrease. Artinya apa?
Suara perasaan ini akan berkurang.
Akan berkurang. However, we will keep
We
in
will
touch
keep
with
in touch
all of you in the
of you
next few
in the
days to
next
make
few
sure
days.
everything is
Make
fine.
sure everything is fine.
We will keep in touch. What the meaning
In
of
touch.
it?
Kita akan keep in touch, itu menjaga hubungan, tetap berkomunikasi.
Yeah. We will keep communicating to each other, contacting each other. And then I can't believe I met you. Verb 2, I met you. Bukan meet, tapi met.
Met. Yes.
Yeah, met. And then, since.
Since.
Bukan science, tapi since. Oke, nah tadi kita belajar GH itu nggak ada bunyinya. Tapi di sini GH-nya itu dia di akhir. Kan ini love, dari love ya. Ini kan verb 2, loved. Nah, kalau di belakang itu dia akan jadi F.
Love.
Jadi kayak GH-nya ini jadi F. Jadi kayak love. Love. Sama kayak ini. Ini bacanya apa?
Cough. Cough.
Cough. Bacanya cough. I cough because I got cold. I cough. Aku batuk. I cough.
Cough.
Oke. Oke.
Berarti bacanya
Any...
loved. Loved.
Ya, love.
Loved.
Maybe.
Pakai
Maybe. He laughed.
Loved.
Laughed. Tinggal gini, laugh, terus tambahin dia di belakang.
Loved.
Loved. Okay.
Loved.
Loved. Loved. Ini sebenarnya U-nya nggak begitu jelas, jadi kayak loved. I laughed. He laughed. I laugh. Hampir sama kayak kalau love ini love. Dia O ya. Love. Love. Tebel. Tapi kalau ini A, love.
Love.
Okay. Next, 4 months later until 3 years later.
4 months later. A few months later, Kate was thinking about the beginning of their relationship. She had to admit nothing could ever be as perfect as those first days together. Real life had to start again. She got a job a few days after the trial ended. Michael went back to the library and his books and research projects. She didn't have to worry about money anymore, but they could no longer spend all day, every day together. They were no longer at the exciting stage of falling in love, but they saw each other when they could and they met each other's parents. Everyone expected them to get married. When he finally asked her to marry him, she felt that old excitement again. She felt that out. Excitement artinya apa misalnya?
Old
Sifat
excitement. Excitement.
excitement.
Kan?
Excitement.
Ingat arti ini apa?
Exciting. Oh, excitement. I'm excited.
Exciting. I'm excited. I'm excited artinya apa? I'm excited.
Bersemangat.
Ya, I'm happy. Bersemangat. Energize ya bisa. Sesuatu yang positif ya. Exciting. An exciting game. Artinya,
Permainan yang menarik.
ya, game yang seru, game yang menarik.
Oh, menarik.
Ya, kalau yang ini, I'm excited itu dia adjektif. Karena kan happy ya, sama kayak happy. Kata sifat, an exciting game. Ini namanya adverb. Ya, yang menjelaskan tentang game ini. Excitement. She felt an old excitement again. Kira-kira ini apa artinya?
Dia merasakan sesuatu yang perasaan yang lama kembali.
Tadi excited artinya apa?
Senang.
Nah, berarti ini apa? Ini noun excitement itu. Berarti
Kesenangan.
ya kesenangan gitu. Kesenangan, excitement itu noun. She felt that all excitement again. Dia merasakan kesenangan yang lama dan dia tidak dia rasakan. Dan ini ya could. Oke, could.
Good. Ayo, good.
Could.
Good.
Those.
Good. Those.
Those.
Those. Those.
No, pakai those.
Those.
Ya, those.
Those.
As those. Ya, great. Those.
As those.
Itu kalau that itu singular, kalau those itu plural.
Plural.
That those.
That those.
Ya, that those. Temannya adalah this
This.
sama
This.
bacanya.
This.
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 She had to admit. What the meaning of it? She had to admit.
To admit. Dia harus menerima.
No, dia harus mengakui.
Oh, admit.
Dia harus mengakui.
Hmm.
And then in library. Library.
Library.
Ya, library. Ini finally.
Finally.
Ya, bukan
Library.
finally, tapi finally.
Finally.
Okay. Okay. Do you have any question first?
No, miss.
Okay. We will continue to 3 years later. 3 years later.
3 years later. I really don't have time for this, Kat shouted. He had doing the weekly shopping. Why couldn't he do it? Fine, I'll go then, she said, closing the door hard so that it made a loud noise. Kat felt as if these kinds of arguments were happening more often. As she walked around the supermarket, she thought about how they'd been before, when they were in love. Can it ever feel like that again? She wondered. Walking into the health section, she recognized a word on a book of medicine, limerence. The vitamin's name reminded her of a special time, a time when she was really crazy about Michael. She picked up a box and put it in her basket.
Okay. I really don't have time for this. Kate shouted. Shout. Shout.
Shout, shout,
Dari shout artinya berteriak. To shout. Teriak.
shout,
Ini verb 2-nya ya. Shouted.
shouted, shout. Let's
And
shout.
then ini
Box.
kedengarannya malah kayak books. Jadi pelafalannya malah mirip book kayak gini.
Buku.
Yang benar adalah box. Box. Agak ada
Box.
A-nya. Box.
Box. Box.
Ini kan book emang double O jadi U ya. Book. Books gitu. Kalau ada S-nya.
Box.
Kalau ini
Box.
itu lebih
Boxes.
kayak ada A-nya.
Box.
Ini books,
Box.
ini boxes. Bukan boxes tapi boxes.
Boxes.
Boxes. Jadi kalau sub doang apa namanya? Kotaknya berarti box. Box. Jadi O tapi ada A-nya.
Box.
Enggak yang jadi
Boxes.
U gini. Box. Bukan book
Box.
tapi box.
Box.
Iya. Bukan books ya. Oke.
Oke, Miss.
She recognized a word in the box of medicine. She recognized
Next, dia menemukan kayak recognize, menemukan,
mengenali.
mengenali.
She recognized a word on the box of medicine. Kata-kata sebuah kata di kotak obat. The vitamin's name reminded her of special time. Reminded.
Mengingatkan dia kembali.
Mengingatkan dia. Okay. She picked up. Picked up.
Dia mengambil box tersebut dan
Mengambil
menaruhnya
satu
ke
kotak.
dalam keranjang.
Yeah, great. Okay. Okay, next. Wait, this passage until here.
When she got home, Michael was already in bed, so she ate dinner alone, taking her limerence with a big glass of water. The next morning, she woke up early as usual, but instead of jumping straight in the shower, she joined Michael downstairs for breakfast. "Good morning," she said. To her surprise, she suddenly wanted to kiss him on the cheek, so he did, and sat down next to him at the table. He was eating in front of a big pile of books, looking cute with a pen behind his ear. "What are you doing?" "I'm applying for money for my next research project," he said. "Oh, good luck. What's the project about?" After breakfast, she thought how nice it had been to see him talking about something he cared about. She'd forgotten how cute his dimples were when he smiled, she thought. Or maybe she hadn't seen him smile much recently. Anyway, she decided to have breakfast with him every day. Since it had been such a lovely start to the day, it couldn't hurt to make a bit more effort. Could it? Could it?
Okay, could it? Could it?
Could it? Could it?
Oke, ini tadi gimana
Could
bacanya?
it? Thought. Thought.
Thought.
Thought.
Thought.
Thought.
Thought. She thought.
Thought. She
Yeah.
thought.
Yeah, she
She
thought.
thought.
Yeah, it's great.
She
She
thought.
thought.
She thought.
She thought how nice it had been to see him talking about something he cared about. Cared.
Yeah.
He cared about. And then it couldn't hurt. Bukan hurt, tapi hurt.
Hurt. It couldn't hurt.
Mhm. It couldn't hurt to make a bit effort, could it?
Couldn't hurt to make a bit more effort.
Oke, kalau heart itu hati ya. Kalau heart itu hati, kalau hurt itu sakit,
Hurt.
menyakitkan.
Couldn't hurt to make a bit more effort.
Oke, great.
Maksudnya gimana misalnya it couldn't hurt itu tidak akan menyakiti to make
Oke, artinya
a bit more
kan,
effort.
anyway, she decided to have breakfast with him every day, since it had been such a lovely start to the day. Such a lovely start to the day. Jadi awal yang bagus, awal yang sangat bagus untuk mengawali hari gitu. Lovely start. It couldn't hurt to make a bit more effort, could it? Kayak kan nggak susah. Aku tuh tidak menyakitkan untuk effort lebih gitu, membuat effort lebih kan. Ini kayak kan. Karena mengulangi dari sini it couldn't hurt, terus di sini pertanyaan jadi could it. Oke. 2 years later.
2 years later, the baby hadn't stopped crying for 2 hours, but now her little face was peaceful as she slept. Kat felt annoyed. Where was Michael? She went downstairs and found him filling bottles with milk for the baby. Well done, Michael said. That didn't sound easy. No, she said angrily. It isn't. You're doing an amazing job, he said. Okay, so I've washed all the clothes, made your lunch for later, and I'm going to come home early this afternoon so that you can have some time for yourself. Kate managed to smile and say thank you. He really was being very sweet, even if she was too tired to feel grateful or to be nice back. As soon as he had left for work, she picked up the box of limerence. By the time he came home, Kate felt able to smile back when he smiled at her.
Okay. Yeah, I did great. Any question about this passage?
No, miss.
Okay, then 1 year later.
Ceritanya
What's
mundur
it?
ya, miss ya?
Oh, no.
Dari 3 tahun, 2 tahun, 1 tahun.
2 years later. Ini kan nggak, letter itu kan berarti yang akan datang. Jadi 3 tahun kemudian gitu. 2 tahun kemudian. Ini berjenjang. Jadi awalnya mereka ini kayak baru married, newlyweds, yang sini akhirnya agak-agak cekcok. Terus habis itu di sini mulai mereka punya anak gitu. Jadi kayak nggak mundur tapi maju. Tapi masih di masa lalu karena kan cerita. Oke, 2 years later. 2 tahun kemudian. Oke, 1 year later.
1 year later, Kate was putting clothes away while the baby slept. She picked up one of Michael's favorite jumpers and held the soft material next to her cheek. She missed him and he had only been out an hour. Putting it back, she noticed something hard under the rest of the jumpers in the drawer. It was boxes and boxes of limerence. They weren't hers. She was shocked to see these boxes. She took limerence every day, it was true, but Michael, she thought of limerence as an easy way to those feelings she'd always had for Michael, and it was working. Every day she felt madly in love with her wonderful husband. Everyone said marriage was hard work, but she just didn't have time or energy for the job of marriage as well as her part-time job and a young baby. When she took limerence, she made more effort to do small things that made their life together enjoyable. If he did something nice for her, she said thank you, but most of all, she actually felt grateful. If he wore a new shirt or his hair looked good, she told him he was handsome. She asked him about his day and remembered things that were important to him. She'd seen nothing wrong with doing this until now, that is. Now she knew why he had always been so good at doing the something for her. It was all fate. Instead of smiling at Michael when he got home, she was angry. Clearly, the librarian only had a limited ability to make everything perfect because nothing felt perfect right now. What are all these? She asked. She pointed to the librarian packets she'd taken from the drawer and put on the kitchen table. Michael moved closer and tried to read the small writing on the boxes. They're vitamins, aren't they? Don't act as if you've got no idea why I'm asking, said Kat, even more angry. These boxes, she said, picking one of the packets up, are our relationship. Oh, he said, it's limerence. Yes, it's limerence, she said. I know exactly what they are. He, he looked confused. So why are you asking me what they are? I remember the name now you've said from the place we met, right? But I've not taken those for years. What? I don't know. It's better to get vitamins from fruit and vegetable, isn't it? He said. The research company sent us boxes and boxes of them years ago, but I put them away somewhere and forgot to throw them away. We eat a healthy enough diet, so there's no need to take vitamins. What about? She felt her voice getting louder and louder, but also something made her feel less sure about the words she plans to say. Her idea sounded stupid. What about the falling in love part? The sad effects. You're always so wonderful, the perfect husband, and how I know why. Thanks, he laughed. I know they told us there were some sad effects, but we were just joking when he said we fell in love because of the medicine. Weren't we? Also, he added, turning the box over in his hands. They must have changed the ingredients or something because it doesn't say anything on the box about the set effects. See, he held it out for her to look. Maybe they changed the recipe after we did that trial. Who knows? He gave her a big hug. This perfect husband is all natural. Don't worry. He went upstairs to kiss the baby, and then she heard him in the kitchen as he started to make dinner. She looked carefully at the boxes, and it was true. There was nothing on the box about side effects, or even on the information inside. They were just vitamins after all. Limeran wasn't an easy way to love, and it never had been. Never
Okay,
had
great.
been.
Yeah, the story is ended. Storynya selesai sampai
Ah,
situ. And then some correction. Recipe.
Recipe.
Ya, recipe,
Recipe.
recipe. Bukan recipe, tapi recipe. Recipe. Dan ini plant.
Recipe.
She planted. She plant.
Plant.
Ayo, suatu. She plant. Kalau plant
Plant.
tuh tumbuhan ya, she plant. She planted to say. She planted to say. Plan.
She plant.
Tapi ini kan ada
Plant.
ininya. She planted to say.
She planted to say.
Then vitamins.
Vitamins.
Ya, vitamins. Bukan vitamin, tapi vitamins.
Vitamins.
Ini them.
Them.
Bukan them.
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 Ya,
Them.
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 Okay.
Them.
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 You've said. You've.
You've.
Yeah, you've said. You've said.
You've said.
I
You've
remember the name. I remember the name now. You've said. You've said.
You've said.
Ini berkali-kali. Harusnya apa?
Angry. Angry.
Angry ya,
Angry.
bukan angry tapi angry.
Angry.
Angry and then
Angry. Packets.
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 Pack. Jadi ini kan dari kata pack ya.
Pack.
Kalau ini kan bacanya pack bukan pack tapi pack. Jadi packets.
Packets.
Packets. Packets.
Packets.
Sorry, ini pack. Jadi
Pack.
tinggal tambah ETS,
Pack.
packets. One pack,
Packets.
bukan one pack. Ini kan one pack. One pack.
Hmm.
One packets.
Packets.
Memang kayak tadi. Ini bukan nearby, tapi
Packets.
nearby. Karena
Nearby.
near and by. Nearby.
Nearby.
One packets.
Nearby. Packets.
Get. And then small. Bukan small, small. Oh,
Small.
small.
Small. Small. Small.
Ini grateful.
Small. Grateful.
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 Great. Grateful.
Grateful. Dia
Grateful.
bersyukur. Okay. Yeah, so far so good. And we have done our story. What's your opinion about the
Hmm.
story?
Hmm, masih agak bingung sama apa sih artinya misteri karena baca doang tapi tidak
Oh
mengartikan.
gitu, nggak mengartikan. Jadi cuma baca tapi belum dipahami gitu ya.
Kami ya.
Oke. Ya, I give you like two option. Di sini ada, ini untuk kayaknya lebih gampang kayak gini sih. Jadi sebenarnya konteks kita belajar bahasa itu ada input, terus proses, nanti ada outputnya. Tuh. Nah,
Hmm.
kalau misalnya yang bisa diterapkan untuk sehari-hari, misalnya kayak kita nggak ada, ini kan untuk latihan emang soal latihan ya. Di sini ada eh, apa
Artinya soal.
postesnya kayak gitu, ada tasnya. Kalau
Hmm.
misalnya enggak, misalnya kita dengerin berita atau baca sesuatu di mana
Hmm.
di Twitter atau di buku. Terus 20 menit itu kita baca input atau mendengarkan, 20 menit selanjutnya itu kita coba rangkum apa-apa aja sih yang udah kita dengarkan. Jadi dengan bahasa kita sendiri, dengan bahasa yang
Hmm.
kita pelajari itu. Nggak perlu kayak bahasa yang
Hmm.
kompleks gitu. Jadi kayak buat summary, poin-poinnya. Oh, ini tentang about the love story, about the boy and girl um, who take a medicine called limerence, and they fall in love. The girl thought it's about the side effect, but nah terus kita bisa ceritain tergantung pemahaman kita dengan bahasa kita sendiri.
Hmm.
Itu satu caranya kayak gitu. Nanti yang ketiga setelah dibuat summary
Ini
kita
artinya
bisa
dia akhirnya pakai limeran kan ya Miss ya?
oh yang ceweknya pakai, yang
Ceweknya
ceweknya
pakai
minum.
kan ya?
Hmm.
Mm-mm. Terus
Tapi
akhirnya kan berantem kan tuh yang ketahuan ya, ketahuan sama
tapi ini yang ketahuan
Michael ya.
ceweknya kan menemukan limbaran punya Michael bukan punya dia.
Iya, kan ceweknya
Tapi
pakai. Tuh berarti yang Michael pakai juga enggak?
enggak.
Enggak sih ya. Kata Michael itu kan dari lama ya
Iya.
dikasihnya gitu kan.
Mm-mm.
Dia
Nah,
simpen lupa
uh-uh.
buang.
Nanti bisa coba dibaca lagi, terus coba kerjakan yang task
Hmm.
one sama task two, gitu.
Hmm.
Nanti bisa
Oke,
kayak
Miss.
di screenshot aja. Di screenshot nanti abis
Hmm.
dikerjakan, finish, di screenshot. Habis itu yang ini juga di screenshot task two-nya. Oke? Karena
Hmm.
em, mungkin kalau kita udah baca sendiri, itu nanti, oh, vocab yang ini kita tahu arti keseluruhannya, as a sentence, as a paragraph.
Hmm.
Kita tahu,
Hmm.
tapi kalau secara satu-satu tuh nggak tahu. Nah, itu waktu yang tepat untuk buka-buka kamus, bisa pakai Merriam-Webster. I will send the link to the WA.
Oke, Miss. Hmm.
You can check it right away. And maybe if you want to like read another story, you can go on. Karena itu salah
Hmm.
satu exercise yang menarik, yang paling gampang dan masih seru ya daripada kayak baca sesuatu
Hmm.
yang lebih serius. Tuh.
Hmm.
Okay, great. So before we wrap up the class, do you have any question? Right.
No, Miss.
Okay, we will meet again on Thursday. On
Yes.
Thursday at 2 o'clock.
Hmm.
So before that, I
Yes.
hope you have
Finish.
finished the homework so we
Yes.
can proceed to the next class. For the next class, do you have any requested materials?
No, Miss.
Okay, how do you think about this reading exercise?
Oke, Miss.
Okay,
Mm-mm.
so I think we
Oke.
will proceed to like a conversation class, and it's like a discussion about something. If you maybe you have like something do you want to talk about? Because if it's a conversation, we have to talk about something we like, right? something we love, something we
Mm,
know. So if you have something, maybe it's article or video in English, you can tell me and we can discuss about it. Okay, so
mm. Okay,
the
Miss.
next class we will try to actively speaking because we have read a lot today.
Mm.
Okay.
Okay, Miss.
Okay, thank you so much, Kak Rara. I
Okay, Miss.
will wrap up the class here and see you in the next class. Bye bye.
Bye. Thank you, Miss.